2024 season has completely finished. Well, not completely. We still got finals to go, but the home and away season. Now, Hawthorn, they're the real deal. Collingwood, they were close, not close enough. And Carlton, they were carried to the top 8 by Port Adelaide winning against Freo in Perth. Now, I'm going to unpack all of it, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. And my dog's head's popped up. Anyway, so let's get into the video. We're starting off with Melbourne, Collingwood, MCG, Friday the 23rd of August, and Collingwood won by 46 points. Now, I didn't watch this game, unfortunately, I fell asleep. And so, so Melbourne 7 to Collingwood 34 at quarter time. So that was maybe a little bit of a difference, but Collingwood just dominated. They had 90 plus 98 disposals. Kicking efficiency was 76. Inside 50s were plus 12 for Collingwood. Yeah, they just dominated. They had 36 shots compared to Melbourne's 19. I mean, that's going to do it. And yeah, the contested possessions was pretty close. Uncontested was not even close. It was about plus 95 for Collingwood. Turnovers pretty much similar. And yeah, Collingwood had more marks. I think they had about 20 plus 28 marks. So that might do it. Marks inside 50 was a huge difference. Melbourne only had 8, where Collingwood had 21. Yes, 21. And yeah, so biggest lead Melbourne had was 5, and 47 was the biggest lead for Collingwood. I'm going to have a look at the stats. Keziah Pickett, Dacos, Bobby Hill, Tholstrup, Darcy Cameron, Lipinski, all had 2 goals. Yeah, Nick Dacos, he's an absolute gun. He had 40 touches, and same as Josh Dacos. That's my review for the Collingwood-Melbourne game. I would have given more, but I've honestly got no idea what happened. Alright, so the next game is an absolute massacre in Tasmania. Lonia, as I should say. If you're watching this, Ruby, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. So we got 40 inside 50s to 11. 40 scoring shots to 11, which is absurd. Hawthorn, 379 disposals to 291. That's domination. That 60% efficiency inside 50. 40 shots at goal to about 66 inside 50s. That's 60%, which is absurd. That's, I think, one of the highest, if not the highest, this year. 14 shots from 45 inside 50s. North Melbourne, well, they don't really have a forward line, so unless Nick Larkey. Oh, this is absurd though. 26 free kicks to 22. Must have been a very sloppy game of high tackles. So the hitouts were close. Uncontested possessions were, not even close. Contested possessions was fairly close. But, yeah, so interesting. Contested marks, 10 to 6 North Melbourne's favour. And, yeah, they're just domination. They did win the tackle count, and yeah, there's not much really more I can really say. Hawthorn, an absolute star-studded team in the future. They're so many young stars, not even funny anymore. Dylan Moore, I was going to say Darcy Moore, but he plays with Collingwood. Dylan Moore had 4 goals, 3. He could have had 7. Nick Watson, finally some accuracy. Finally, who knows what he can do in September. He's had a stellar year. Jai Newcomb, 35 touches. Massimo. I'm going to say Massimo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Probably not. But he could be a little sneaky chance for an All-Australian team, maybe. See how that happens. So I couldn't make the 40-man squad. He's had a stellar season after getting traded from Essendon to Hawthorn. LDU doing LDU things. Jai Simpkin. Tristan Xerri. Surely it's his time to become a ruckman. An All-Australian ruckman, I should say. And James Sicily, he had 2 goals or 1, so he could be a very dangerous swingman going inside. The finals. The game I went to and probably will give the most insight of all the reviews. So obviously Geelong were 114 to 14, or 100 points up at halftime, and I thought, oh yeah, this could be like a 300-point win. It won't be 300, but I thought it maybe 200 or 150, 200 potentially. But to West Coast credit, they came back massively, and yeah, they were just playing some really good football. They kicked I think they kicked how many goals in the second half? I want to say they kicked 9 goals, 7 in the second half. That's awesome by them. I think that's 61 points, which is wow. I don't know where that was in the first half, but yeah, they just showed some more fight. And Harley Reid, he's a freak. He took a couple one-hand marks. I don't know how he does it, but he's got some good conks on him. So if he can put down, maybe he could be a forward. You never know. West Coast. Not sure how long he'll stay at West Coast. He might stay for the whole time, or he might come back to Victoria. Who knows, really? But he's had a stellar first season. He's a bit robbed of obviously a rising star, but yeah, is what it is. The domination was, plus 101 disposals. We had 79 disposal efficiency, which is pretty good. 65, oh no, yes. We beat Hawthorn at something. Yes. 65% efficiency inside 50 from 39 shots from 60 inside 50s. West Coast 21 shots from 54 inside 50s, 38%. Now the free kick count. Now some of the free kicks we got were pretty iffy. they weren't really there. I mean, that's not really a contributing factor when West Coast down by 100, but uncontested possessions were nearly plus 100. We had 45 turnovers, which is, I think the average is about, 44 or something like that. And we had 117 marks, 27 marks inside 50. Now, if we can do this in finals, please, that would be nice. But yeah, the biggest lead was 102. Unfortunately, we couldn't get there, and we lost last week to St Kilda. So that doesn't help. We could have been playing at the MCG. I'm not sure if I want to go to Adelaide. Not a fan of Adelaide, to be honest. But yeah, next game is Richmond versus Gold Coast Suns. Now, the Suns did win by 28 points. Now, all I can say is Richmond will get the number 1 pick unless they want to trade it. Wow. What a stellar season from Gold Coast. Their best ever. I think they've won 11 games, and they still can't get to the finals, which is crazy to think about. Richmond, farewell. Dusty, what an absolute legend he is. He is one of the greatest to ever do it, and as much as it haunts me 2020, he kicked one of the best goals in finals history. He's an absolute star, and obviously Marlon Pickett, he played well. He can't believe he debuted in the grand final of 2019, his first ever game, and he won a premiership. That's pretty cool. Not many people get to do that. And Dylan Grimes, he was the glue down there, so he'll be a massive miss down there. And then obviously Brendan Ellis has retired as well. And yeah, so we'll have a look at the disposals. They were fairly close. Richmond won that by about 19 or something like that. Inside 50s, 60 to 49. Now, hey, that's a positive. They had 60 inside 50s, but their conversion rate was terrible, 31. And Richmond obviously going to be not downhill, but they're going to struggle for a few years, and then they'll obviously build their team up. They're a proud club, so they won't be down for too long. And Gold Coast, what's there for Gold Coast to do? Is it to get Dan Rioli? Is it to get rid of Jack Lukosius? And yeah, we'll see what happens. 98 marks to 83 though, in favour of Richmond. Marks inside 50s, 14 to 8. And hey, Richmond were up by 2 points at one stage, so that's a moral victory. It's not really much to say. Ben Long had 3 goals too. Sam Flanders with 2 goals too. So Dion Prestia, 33 touches. Tuke Miller, he's been an underrated player for a long time with 31. Daniel Rioli, is this the last time we see Daniel Rioli in a Richmond Tigers outfit? We shall see. Next game is Brisbane versus Essendon. Now, as already said, and I'm going to repeat what he said he doesn't trust Brisbane Lions goal kicking. They kicked 21 points. That's like an under 11s type of game. Yeah. So, I've kicked 7 points in the game, so I can't really talk. I just don't know. They're not going to win the grand final, obviously, unless they fix their goal kicking. They're going to have to do it in 4 states or something like that. So that's crazy to think about. I don't think they're going to. No, they'll hopefully beat Carlton, but they'll probably lose to Sydney or GWS pretty comfortably, I'd say. There's not much really I can say of Brisbane. Their just goal kicking is shocking, and you can't really you can't win finals when you kick like that. So honestly, I don't know what happened, but all of their players, Danaher kicked 2 points, Logan Morris 2, Loman 2 points. So yeah, he kicked 3 goals. That's good effort, but that was I'd say that's a terrible win, to be honest. They could have won by a lot more, but they were 2 points off the top 4, and Essendon, they went from second to what? I don't even know anymore. 11th. Second to 11th within a month, which is crazy to think about. The next game is Sydney versus Adelaide. Now, Adelaide had a pretty good fight. I don't know what's going on with Adelaide. At one stage, I'm like, they could make top 8, but they just kept. I don't know what's going on there. Is Tex going to play on, or is he going to get shafted off? And, Riley Thorne, he's a year younger than me, but he's built like a bloody tank. He is massive. He kicked 3 goals, 3. Luke Parker, 3 goals. Now, he's going to be an underrated player for the final series, Luke Parker. And, this could be the year for Sydney. It's theirs to lose, if I'm going to be completely honest. And Port Adelaide as well. Yeah, it was quite even. It was a high-scoring game. 13 goals, 7 in the first quarter, which was insane. And then a 6-goal run to 1 goal in the second term. They gave it a red hot crack, but Sydney Swans we'll see what happens with them. I'm glad we're not playing them. It has to be the year for Sydney. It's theirs to lose. They went from 13-1, and they lost the last 6 out of 8, which is crazy to think about. So the next game is Western Bulldogs GWS. Now watch this game, and it was very, very windy in Ballarat. The biggest game they've had hosted in Ballarat. Bulldogs are looking scary here. 42 touches from Lockie Whitfield though. 42. Insane. Yeah, it was just an even spread here. Bont, he didn't play his best game, obviously, but his influence, every time he touched the ball, it's a goal. Or it's a score involvement, or a point, he's just a freak player. He got out of the stoppage in his forward line. Somehow he got it and pulled it off, and I think it was Ed Richards or something like that kicked the goal. And they're playing some really scary football. I don't like it, but props to them. They just keep coming at you, and that 42% though efficiency inside 50, which is not great. 29 shots from 69 inside 50s to 16 shots from 45 injuries. And, obviously they're Ruckman. 25 hitouts to 53, though. That's a little concerning. But the uncontested possessions and the contested possessions were fairly close-ish. And, they just, their tackling pressure was elite. GWS, though, they did put on a fight, but unfortunately they gave away some stupid free kicks. and clumsy tackles as well. And yeah, I'm not sure what's the go with GWS. Could they be the next straight sets, or will they bounce back? And Bulldogs, they play Hawthorn at the G. What a game that'll be. I don't know when that's going to be, but I'd love to be there. Next game is St Kilda versus Carlton. Carlton, they had so many chances to win the game. It was Brody Kemp who was 25 minutes gone and he missed. Now, he would have won it for Carlton if he would have kicked that goal. Because I think it was about minute 40, minute 50, and yeah, it was a slow start to the game, very low scoring, but I think it was like 139 to like 2-2-14. Yeah, it was. I thought it was going to be in for a boring contest, but it turned out to be a fun watch. Would have loved the live stream, but my internet was cooked. And St Kilda, Carlton dominated the disposals, but 53% to 44% inside 50 shots on goal were pretty much a difference. And Carlton, they were so lucky to win. I'm shattered, though, that Carlton are playing because, I didn't want them to play. But Jack Higgins, what a clutch play he is. He kicked that goal. That was absurd. I'm like, oh no, 12 seconds ago. And then that smother by Zach Jones was elite. That was so good, that smother. And that almost ended Carlton's season, but they live on. And the most disappointing game of all, I got 8 out of 9 tips. We've got Fremantle versus Port Adelaide. Now, I really wanted Fremantle to win and to win by 20 plus because we would have made top 2, the Cats, but we didn't. And Port Adelaide deserved second place. Oh man, what a roller coaster of emotions this game was. 47 to 39% of shots inside 50s. That 23 shots. Oh, if only they took their chances. If only they took their chances, Fremantle. What a disappointing result, and what a disappointing... Yeah, they had so many opportunities, Fremantle. But what a disappointing season Fremantle had. They had ups and downs, and, well, they don't really have a forward line, if I'm going to be honest. Obviously, Jai Miss played some great footy this year, but you're missing... Frederick tried his best, chase down, but just a lapse of concentration from a lot of those players. Luke Ryan is obviously going to be an All-Australian. Yeah, it was just a clumsy performance, and their fumbles inside 50 were terrible, and they just, they should have just... I don't know what's happening with Fremantle, to be honest. They had so many chances, but they just couldn't pick up the ball, and Port Adelaide were a much better side and didn't fumble at all. So obviously they're missing Josh Tracy, which is a huge loss. If he played, maybe he could have made a difference. But in saying that, Port Adelaide were just too good. And looking forward to this final series. I might do this weekly. We'll see when the finals are here. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my breakdown and hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and peace.